Okay, yeah, let's get into this one. Didn't get over till 2 a.m. my time, or I went to bed about 2 a.m., so I got over about 1:30, 1:45 Eastern time. Night one of the Super Dirt Cup at Skagit Speedway, and there was a lot happened last night. The tow truck drivers, I'm pretty sure, had to go to the gas station and get a refill on the gas tank because they were working overtime over the night there at Skagit Speedway. So yeah, we'll see what the car count looks like today because I already saw a couple of guys that have scratched. Dominic Selzy's one of them, and who knows what happens to a couple of these other guys that flip throughout the night. So let's look at what happened here. The main event took over an hour to run on that last restart. I looked at my race pass. It said it was at 58 minutes prior to the final restart. Had to go to overtime, went one lap extra due to a yellow at the end. There were 5 different leaders. There was a lot of action, a lot of carnage. And not just in the feature. I mean, there was carnage in qualifying, the heats, the B main, all over the place. I wasn't able to watch all of it. I was switching back and forth between IRA and this. Congrats to Emerson Axum on his win. First ever 410 win for him with the wing on top. So, yeah, let's get into it. We got a lap by lap, and we'll keep you updated on what happened. So, lap one, not a very good start. Kind of set the tone for this race as Lane Taylor and Greg Hamilton spin out before they get to the start-finish line. On the restart, Colby Thornhill jumps out with the race lead. Lap number 4, Corey Day on the move, gets by Willie Croft and moves into P2. Lap 5, Tanner Holmes gets by Justin Cox. He's up to 4th. Holmes was fast the entire race. Lap 8, traffic comes into play for Colby Thornhill, but as he gets to the back of the field, Nick Parker gets into the wall off of turn number 2, breaks the right rear shock, has to go to the infield and get that fixed up. And then the very next lap, Trey Starks upside down in a huge way in turn number 3. He came into the main event as the high point guy, qualified really well, went forward in his heat race, and was looking solid. All he needed to do was probably run inside the top 10, and he would have been a high point guy, but he gets upside down. Cam Smith also involved in that incident, and you could tell that Starks' frame was broken in a couple of different places, so we'll see what happens to him here tonight. Then on the next restart, Jesse Schlotfeld loses the right rear tire. It's bouncing down the backstretch, comes to rest in turn number 4. Yellow comes out for that, and that sets up an open red flag, which kind of took a little bit longer than what we were expecting. They had to put fuel in the cars. They were fixing Jesse Schlotfeld's car. They were making changes and things like that to other people's cars on the track. Typical open red stuff, but it seemed like it kind of took a little bit longer than normal. Then on the next restart, Corey Day makes some kind of mistake. I don't know if they showed it on flow or not, but he got freight trained by Willie Croft, Justin Sanders, and Tanner Holmes. He went from P2 to P5 in one lap. And then on lap 11, Willie Croft takes the lead away from Colby Thornhill. 2 laps later, red flag comes out. Cole Macedo and Devin Borden, both of them inside the top 10, both of them running really well. Borden especially was running extremely well. He got upside down first, and then Macedo came in on top of the racetrack, and he was already set up into the corner, and then Borden flips right in front of him. He has nowhere to go. He gets upside down as well. Cam Smith involved in his second incident there before lap number 15. Before the halfway point, Cam Smith involved in 2 yellows. Lap 15 on the restart, Corey Day gets back by Colby Thornhill and Tanner Holmes. He's back into the 3rd spot. And then 12th starter Zeb Wise gets by Tanner Holmes into the top 5 by lap number 19. Lap 20, traffic comes into play, and Willie Croft, struggling with traffic, gets passed by Justin Sanders, and Sanders then takes the lead. The next lap, Corey Day sucks the stickers right off the side of the 29 of Willie Croft, and Corey Day's back into P2. A lap later, makes the same move around the outside of Justin Sanders and takes the lead on lap 22. Does not last very long because the very next lap in turn 3, Sanders gets back by him, and he takes the lead back on lap number 23. Then on lap 24, Zeb Wise gets by Corey Day, as it sounded like from the announcers that Day had actually hit the wall, and Zeb Wise went by him and took over the 2nd spot. On that same exact lap, Corey Day blows the right rear tire, has to go to the work area, somehow is able to come back and still finish inside the top 10, but he was driving like, I don't even know. He was driving like a man possessed. He was driving like a guy that his ass was on fire, and the only way to put it out was to finish the race. It was crazy what he was doing out there. I put it on somebody's Facebook post that Corey Day is the Hod of High Limit. He is the Hod and Shield of High Limit. Absolutely crazy, crazy stuff that he does inside of a sprint car. A lot of fun to watch. Lap 25 restart, Zeb Wise through the middle takes away the race lead from Justin Sanders. And then the next lap on lap 26, Colby Thornhill, early race leader, stops in turn 2. Then we go back green for a lap. Yellow comes back out for Cam Smith. He hit the turn 1 wall and got a flat right rear tire. And then a lap later on the restart, Eric Fisher, it looks like the race is finally going to come to an end, and Eric Fisher spins in turn number 4, which sets up overtime. One extra lap, had to go 31 laps in this one. Zeb Wise finally wins it by 1.460 seconds. He gets it done from the 12th starting position, and Justin Sanders second from 11th. Tanner Holmes from 10th ends up in 3rd. So their top 3 all having at least a +7 run up to the front. Justin Cox, solid run in 4th. Jason Sowell, the old guy, still has it from 15th to 5th for him. Great run. Corey Day somehow getting back up to 6th. If he does not win one of the next 2 nights, then something terrible must have happened for that to take place. Justin Youngquist, extremely underrated guy in the Pacific Northwest, finishes in 7th after starting in 3rd. Greg Hamilton, 24th to 8th after being involved in that lap number 1 incident. Willie Croft, not sure what happened to him at the end of the race. He started on the pole, led laps, and ends up in 9th. And then Cam Smith, who was involved in 3 different incidents, comes back to run inside the top 10. And then your lap leaders, Colby Thornhill leading laps 1 through 10. Willie Croft, 11 to 19. Justin Sanders, 20 to 21 and 23 to 24. Corey Day led lap 22. And then Zeb Wise, 25 to 31. So you had 5 different leaders and 6 different lead changes by my count. So some really good action at Skagit. I thought the track raced extremely well. It's just, you get a cushion that big against the wall. People are going to make mistakes. They're going to crash. And that's exactly what happened. Also, coming off a turn 2, did you guys notice how rough it was? It's kind of wavy. These guys were kind of, I don't know, look like almost getting through the whoop section on a motocross track or something. But it definitely provided some interesting moments during this feature and throughout the night. Now, looking at the overall event points, remember last night combined with today, that'll set you up for tomorrow. So Zeb Wise currently leads the overall point standings. He has a 2-point lead over Justin Sanders, 3 points over Jason Sowald, 6 over Tanner Holmes, and top 5 in points right now is Justin Cox. He is 19 behind Zeb Wise. Then you had Corey Day, -22 in 6th, Robbie Price, -27 in 7th, and Justin Youngquist, -29 in the 8th position. Now, the top 8, that is nothing special. I just ran out of room to put the top 10 on there. And so those guys are all looking really, really good. If they can just have a decent night here today, then they will be looking really solid for the $62,000 as far as the starting lineup goes on Saturday night. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Quite the chaotic night. And NARC After Dark once again strikes here on the West Coast. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, we did, oh man, it has to be probably 3 months ago, the first 2 races of the NARC season at Silver Dollar and Stockton. Each one of them had over 10 yellows. And this one was close, I think. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't count the open red. So 9 yellows in the feature alone. Like I said, it took over an hour to run. The tow trucks were the busiest guys on the property. They were in and out, dropping cars off, picking up a new one, making moves all over the place. So hopefully tonight's a little bit cleaner. Hopefully they can get it done before midnight Eastern time, because that was a struggle last night and a struggle this morning. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. We have nothing to do with Huset's anymore because they are postponing that week to later on in the year. So hopefully everybody's okay over there. I heard a lot of flooding, saw some really crazy pictures. Hope that everybody camping there is okay. And we'll talk to you guys again here very soon on the channel. Comment down below, what did you think about the craziness that happened last night at Skagit? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll talk to you again here very soon. Thanks.